My name is KT Kirshen, she, her, hers pronouns. I am the founder and operator, I guess, of the Queer Sober Society that's based in North Texas, primarily Denton. I started around springtime, summertime last year, 2019. I started Queer Sober Society. Originally, it was a way for me to connect to other queer and sober folks. I was feeling very disconnected from people who had similar experiences to me, and so I needed an outlet for that. And so I started it kind of with the idea in mind of just building up a community of like-minded people, and it just kind of blossomed from there. So I really had no idea that there was even like a space for people like me. I had an Instagram friend, I can't even think of her right now or her handle right now, but her name is Beth Holden, and she is a 20-something sober lesbian in the Midwest or the South, not in Texas. And I really connected with her and kind of latched on to the idea that there were other people who were dealing with situations similar to mine, and so it kind of sprung out of that idea of, okay, maybe there are other people like me, and if I can find them in my community, maybe we can be friends, maybe we can help each other. And so I got connected to a woman named Phoebe, who her Instagram handle, I believe, is Power Babe, and she runs a queer sober social in Chicago. And she was the one who suggested that I contact the people at NBC Out. And I've seen what she's doing, and her events are quite a bit larger than Queer Sober Society's events, mainly I think because it's in a larger metropolitan area than Denton. But to see the response that she's gotten really gave me hope that I could do something like that in my community. Because so much of our socialization as queer adults is surrounded or takes place in bars, it can be especially difficult to find a space where, if you are in recovery or don't want to go out and drink tonight, you can be in community with people like you. I think it's also important to note that queer people suffer exponentially greater from addiction, and I think that is in a large part due to the fact that we do feel so excluded by society. The idea that there are people across the country and across the globe who need a queer sober space, who are interested in a queer sober space, who would like to facilitate a queer sober space is absolutely incredible. It's very isolating being at the intersection of being queer and sober. I think for a lot of queer people who maybe don't need a sober space or who aren't struggling with recovery or sobriety or anything like that, it's hard enough to find spaces where you feel accepted and loved and safe. And then on the flip side of that, for sober people who may not identify as LGBTQ or queer, it is also hard enough to find a space where you don't feel pressured to get high or get drunk or even indulge in any sort of intoxication. And so to be at the intersection of both of those things is incredibly isolating, and I experienced that for myself. And just to know that other people experience that and are looking for a way out, looking for a place where we can be together and support each other is uplifting. It gives me hope, and it's inspiring.